I don't care what anybody says. I judge books by their covers. I can't help it. I do. So when this moody little beauty popped up announcing Patrick Boyton's Dwayyo, I pre-ordered it as soon as I could. I mean, look at this melancholic artwork by David Campbell. You can just smell the decaying leaf matter wafting along that cool autumn breeze. The book is an atmospheric, mysterious, spooky little adventure story for younger readers. So while it might not fill the bloody body bag quota for some of you sickos out there, your 12-year-old might enjoy it. It's published by Grimscribe Press, which is a huge endorsement in my opinion. Grimscribe publishes some of my favorite modern horror books and weird fiction. And once I read the story synopsis, I knew I was in for a real treat.
Something strange is going on with George and Alice's grandfather. It's not just his bare pantry or lost car keys. It's the weird way he's been acting, especially at night. He's seen something out in the darkness. Something terrible, he says. Alice suspects the Dwayyo, a legendary creature said to stalk the nearby woods. George doesn't know what to think. Is there a monster on the loose? Or is Grandpa losing his mind? Along with their friend Callie, the siblings set out to find answers and face their greatest fears.
It's got it all right there. Hints of menace, madness, and mayhem, existential dread, and an atmosphere of loss and longing. Throw in legends of a local monster haunting the countryside. What more could a person ask for? Especially for a creepy kids book. If you're new to the legend of the Dwayyo, also known as the Maryland Wolfman, as I was before reading this book, it's reported to be a large wolfman, man-wolf, or what we might modernly call a dogman creature that witnesses claim to have encountered around Middleton, Maryland in the 1940s and 1960s. Even in the fall of 1975, two men claimed to have encountered the creature in Frederick County and described it thusly from Linda Godfrey's The Michigan Dogman, Werewolves and Other Unknown Canines Across the USA. At least 6 feet tall, but inclined forward since it was moving quickly. Its head was fairly large and similar to the profile of a wolf. The body was covered in brown or brindle-colored fur, but the lower half had a striped pattern of noticeable darker and lighter banding. The forelegs or arms were slimmer and held out in front as it moved. The back legs were very muscular and thick, similar to perhaps a kangaroo. This was not a hominid-type creature. It did not have the characteristics of an ape. It was much more similar to a wolf or ferocious dog. However, it was definitely moving upright and appeared to be adapted for that type of mobility. I was particularly impressed by the size and strength of the back legs, the stripes on the lower half of the body, and the canine wolf-like head. Would you knowingly enter the dark and terrifying woods hunting a 6-foot-tall wolf man in order to prove your beloved grandfather isn't delusional? Well, our heroes George and Alice are certainly willing to risk it. Along the way, they delve a bit further into local history and the relationships that make small rural communities like their grandfathers so unique. I won't spoil much more of the plot, but I'm a sucker for stories that make you sit in your personal discomfort a bit longer than you're usually willing to. The story hit me a little harder than I'd imagined it would. I don't know if it's because I'm at an age now where I'm finally beginning to grasp and acknowledge the undeniable reality of my own mortality as an aging human body. The truth is, I'm probably a little bit closer to the grandpa's age in this story than the kids. So of course, I want these poor innocent children to have to find and face down the bloodthirsty, fear-feeding, supernatural giant wolf creature that haunts the surrounding hills. Because if they don't, if the Dwayyo is but a legend after all, well then that means that their grandfather is, like all of us, eventually, facing something far more terrifying. Sleep tight.